What's good, everybody? This is your Lethal John Peterson here, and today I will be starting something new. Follow me, folks. Alright, first off, I got something to say to, our good friend, Issac Mooring. See, recently Issac uploaded a video calling me out about him not RPing, which is fine with me, which is fine, man, but you got two things wrong. But that's okay, dude. Players screw up all the time. Your point? But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, first off, my name has an E in it, not an O, which is fine. It's a pretty common mistake, and one that I get a lot, mind you. Second, the reason I had that breakdown and pondered self-Minecrafting was actually, well, let's just say I had a lot of mixed signals. Right, now that's done. I've been doing some pondering over how to expand my brand Yu-Gi-Oh! Love past Let's Plays. But then something hit me. Why not do reviews of past decks and packs? So today, I'm going to go through the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Those TCG roots, ranging from the past all the way to the present. So without further delay, let's start right with the starter decks. Now then. And if you're so inclined to subscribe to Issac Mooring's channel, I will put the link there in the very informative description down below. Without further delay, let's start off with Structure Deck Yugi. Alright, this has 50 cards and was released on March 29, 2002. Now then, the first card is Mystical Elf, which is the light attribute level 4 spellcaster monster with 800 attack and 2000 defense. It doesn't have any effects, and it says a delicate elf that lacks offense but has a terrific defense backed by a mystical power. The second card is Feral Imp, a dark attribute level 4 fiend type monster with 1300 attack and 1400 defense. So it's basically well rounded. It is a playful little fiend that lurks in the dark, waiting to attack an unwary enemy. Next we got Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress number 1, a winged attribute level 4 dragon monster with 1400 attack and 1200 defense. See Feral Imp for well-roundedness. A dragon commonly found guarding mountain fortresses. Its signature attack is a sweeping dive from out of the blue. And yet for some reason that I can't seem to think about for right now, it doesn't do that. Instead, in the anime, it just unleashes a fireball, all that blasts any enemy to Kingdom Come. Next, we got Summon Skull, a fiend with dark attribute level 6 fiend monster with 2500 attack and 1200 defense, and it's always treated as an archfiend card. A fiend with dark powers for confusing the enemy. Among the fiend-type monsters, this monster boasts considerable force. And I remember this one being used by Yugi to Deep 6 Weevil's Great Moth and his pride. Beaver Warrior, aka the Krillin of Yugi's deck. It is a Earth attribute level 4 Beast Warrior type monster with 1200 attack and 1500 defense. What this creature lacks in size, it makes up for in defense by battling in the prairie. Too long didn't read. It's compatible with where is it? Sogen. Yeah, Sogen. Anyway, Dark Magician. Yugi's ace in the hole. It is a dark attribute level 7 spellcaster type monster with 2500 attack and 2100 defense. So, unlike other ace monsters that came after, like Neos, Stardust Dragon, Firewall Dragon, Dark Fluid, unlike the ace monsters that came after, like Neos, Stardust, Utopia, Odd Eyes, and Firewall, this actually has 100 defense higher, and it is the ultimate wizard in terms of attack and defense. Next, we got Gaia the Fierce Knight, an Earth attribute level 7 warrior monster with 2300 attack and 2100 defense. A knight whose horse travels faster than the wind. His battle charge is a force to be reckoned with. Up next, we got Curse of Dragon, a dark attribute level 5 dragon type monster with 2000 attack and 1500 defense. A wicked dragon that taps into dark forces to execute a powerful attack. Again, like with Winged Dragon, I didn't see it in the anime. Do that in the anime. Instead, it just unleashes flames. Ay, ay, ay. Come on. Come on, TV Tokyo. You're dropping the idiot ball here. Next, we got Celtic Guardian, an Earth attribute level 4 warrior monster with 1400 attack and 1200 defense. An elf who's learned to wield a sword. He battles enemies with lightning swift attacks. Next, we got Mammoth Graveyard, an Earth attribute level 3 dinosaur type monster with 1200 attack and 800 defense. A mammoth that protects the graves of its pack and is absolutely merciless when facing grave robbers. And yet, it fought Killer Needle to a draw in the anime. Huh. Alright. Great White, a water attribute level 4 fish monster with 1600 attack and 800 defense. A great white shark with razor-sharp teeth. Man, screw sharks! All hail Blue Whale. Krill be unto his name. Sorry, my inner Gulf City fan just came out for a minute. Anyway, we got Silverfang up next. An Earth attribute level 3 beast type monster with 1200 attack and 800 defense. A snow wolf that's beautiful to the eye but absolutely vicious in battle. Yeah, I'm gonna put a big X to down here because of the anime. Next, we got Giant Soldier of Stone, an Earth attribute level 3 rock monster with 1300 attack and 1200 defense. A giant warrior made of stone. A punch from this creature has earth-shaking results. And yet, it uses a sword to stab the freaking moon. Probably one of the most epic moments in the anime, and I dare anyone in the comments section to change my mind. Anyway, up next we got Dragon Zombie, a card actually used by Bones in the anime, believe it or not. What? A dark attribute level 3 zombie type monster with 1600 attack and not a single defense point. This thing is basically what we in the FTC refer to as a glass cannon. A dragon revived by sorcery. Its breath is highly corrosive. And this description ain't wrong, folks. Besides, this thing could Thanos monsters with its deadly zombie breath attack. Next we got Doma, the Angel of Silence, a dark attribute level 5 fairy type monster with 1600 attack and 1400 defense, which was used in an impromptu tarot session by Yami Bakura with Maximilian Pegasus. This fairy rules over the end of existence, for kids! For kids, people! Anyway, next we got Ansatsu, an Earth attribute level 5 warrior type monster with 1700 attack and 1200 defense. A silent and deadly warrior specializing in assassinations. Direct. I like it. Next we got Witty Phantom, a dark attribute level 4 fiend type monster with 1300 attack and with 1400 attack and 1300 defense. Dressed in a night black tuxedo, this creature presides over the darkness, and is a total jerk to Taya in the anime. Claw Reacher, a dark attribute level 3 fiend type monster with 1000 attack and 800 defense. Stretching arms and razor sharp claws make this monster a formidable opponent. And yet it's used by the biggest joke in all the anime, freaking Joey. Next we got Mystic Clown, a dark attribute level 4 fiend type monster with 1500 attack and 1000 defense. Nothing can stop the mad attack of this powerful creature. Except we don't get to see it use that attack in the anime. But that's neither here nor there. Now we got some spells before we move on to more monsters. First off, Sword of Dark Destruction. It's an equipped spell that you can equip only to a dark monster. It gains 400 attack, but at the cost of 200 defense. So basically, if you equip it to a dragon zombie here, it won't lose defense points, but it will be a 2000 attack point behemoth. Next we got Book of Secret Arts. A spellcaster type monster equipped with this card gains 300 attack and defense, and Yugi used this to power up his mystic elf in the anime. And next we got Dark Hole, of course. Destroy all monsters on the field. Now, while this card was good in its heyday, these days with the advent of Dynamists, just sacrifice one of your Scale 3 Dynamists and you're Gucci. Next we got Dian Kito, the Cure Master. Increase your life points by 1000. Pretty good for survivability. Now we got two more monsters. Ancient Elf. A light attribute, level 4 spellcaster monster with 1450 attack and 1200 defense. This elf is rumored to have lived for thousands of years. He leads an army of spirits against his enemies. Looks more like a chick, if I'm being honest. Must be a typo. It's okay, Konami. Players screw up too. Next, and the second one we got is Magical Ghost. A dark attribute level 4 zombie type monster with 1300 attack and 1400 defense. This creature casts a spell of terror and confusion just before attacking its enemies. See also Mr. Clown, Ansatsu, and Great White. Next we got Fisher. Destroy the one face-up monster your opponent controls that have the lowest attack. Your choice of tide. Next we got Trap Hole. When your opponent normal or flip summons a monster with 1000 or more attack, target that monster and destroy it. Oof. That's a big oof if you have any high-powered behemoths in your deck. Next we got Two-Pronged Attack. Select and destroy 2 of your monsters and 1 of your opponent's monsters. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. That sounds like friendly fire. Next we got Dispel. Target one face-up spell or set spell or trap card on the field. Destroy that target if it is a spell. If the target is set, reveal it. Yeah. This has happened to me quite often with this card. Next we got Monster Reborn. Target one monster in either player's graveyard and special summon it. Yep, that's a classic. Next up we got Reinforcements. Target one face-up monster on the field. It gains 500 attack until the end of the turn. Yep, perfect for that little extra oomph. Let's see. Oh, we're almost done with this already. Yeah, where does the time go? Anyway, we also got Change of Heart, which is currently banned. Target one monster your opponent controls. Take control of it until the end phase. Yep, I can see why Konami wanted this thing banned. Next we got the Stern Mystic. A light attribute level 4 spellcaster flip monster with 1500 attack and 1200 defense. And its flip effect is, reveal all face down cards in the field. Flip effects aren't activated, then return them to their original positions. Yep. Surprised this thing ain't banned, but I'll take what I can get. Next we got Wall of Illusion. A dark attribute level 4 fiend type monster with 1000 attack and 1850 defense. And its effect is, if this card is attacked by a monster after damage calculation, return that monster to the hand. Yeah, this thing has caused me more than my fair share of headaches when I played through Legacy of the Duelist. Next we got Neo, the Magic Swordsman, a light attribute level 4 spellcaster monster with 1700 attack and 1000 defense. A dimensional drifter who not only practices sorcery, but is also a sword and martial arts expert. And keep in mind, we'll be going into him later. Yeah, phrasing is not my strong suit. But anyway, next we got Baron of the Fiend's Sword. A dark attribute level 4 fiend type monster with 1550 attack and 800 defense. An aristocrat who wields a sword possessed by a malicious spirit that preys on the weak. Those seem scarier. Like Mr. Swackhammer, for instance, from Space Jam. Which I saw, and I'll be the first to admit, it's a good movie. It has its faults, but it's still a good movie. It just hasn't aged well. Anyway, here's Man-Eating Treasure Chest, a dark attribute level 4 fiend type monster with 1600 attack and 1000 defense. A monster disguised as a treasure chest that is known to attack the unwary adventurer. Or as you D&D nerds like to call this thing, a mimic. Yep, I went there. Anyway, here's Sorcerer of the Doomed, a dark attribute level 4 spellcaster monster with 1450 attack and 1200 defense. A slave of the dark arts, this sorcerer is a master of life-extinguishing spells. Things Konami could get away with in 2002, I swear. Next we got another banned card, Last Will. If a monster on your side of the field was sent to the graveyard this turn, you can special summon one monster with an attack of 1500 or less from your deck once during this turn, then shuffle your deck. So basically this card is the OG of all the 1500 or less summon cards I see all the cool kids use. Next we got Waboku, or however the bloody hell you pronounce it. It is a trap card. You take no battle damage from your opponent's monsters this turn. Your opponent's monsters cannot be destroyed in battle this turn. Much like with Wall of Illusion, this card has given me more than my share of headaches. Next we got Soul Exchange. Target one monster your opponent controls. This turn, if you tribute a monster, you must tribute that target as if you controlled it. You cannot conduct your battle phase turn to activate this card, and I am glad they put that little catch-22 there. Otherwise, well, I would be a lot angrier. Now we got a card that's limited. Card Destruction. Both players discard as many cards from their hands. Then each player draws the same number of cards they discarded. Now this is actually a pretty great card if you're up against the Scourge of Yu-Gi-Oh! That is Exodia decks. And I will get to that when I get to Legend of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Next we got Dragon Capture Jar. Change all face up, a continuous trap that forces all dragon-type monsters into defense position and keeps them that way. And I've seen Pegasus use that card in the anime to devastating effect against both Yugi and Kaiba. But it was a trap monster in the anime. Anime logic, what are you gonna do? Next we got the field spell for this deck, Yami. Translation, Darkness. All Fiend and Spellcaster monsters gain 200 attack and defense, but Fairy monsters lose the same amount. So if you're up against a predominantly Fairy-themed deck, like, say, Agents or Dark Lords or something like that, this card right here is your best friend. Next, we got Man-Eater Bug, a Earth attribute level 2 insect flip monster with 450 attack and 600 defense. And its flip effect is actually simple but effective. Just target a monster on the field, destroy it. Simple as that. Next, we got Reverse Trap, a somewhat curious card. Until the end phase, all effects that add or subtract attack and defense additions are reversed. And additions subtract, now add, multiply becomes half, but halving or doubling ain't affected, chief. Next we got Remove Trap, a spell that selects one trap card on your field and blows it up. Next we got Castle Walls. Increase the selected monster's defense by 500 until the end of the phase. Yep, it's basically the reverse of Reinforcements. And finally we got yet another banned card, Ultimate Offering, a continuous trap. During the main phase or your opponent's battle phase, you can pay 500 life points. Immediately after that resolves, whom will summon a monster, or set it. Yeah, that card's pretty busted. But anyway, this has been Structure Deck Yugi, released on March 29, 2002. If you like this series and want me to do more, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe with those notifications turned on. This has been your Lethal Spurg John Peterson, telling you all to take it easy. Have a good one.